This video is for beginners who just placed first leech order and wants to know what to do next. Piece of advice: when you shop for leeches, please consider weather and seasons at your place. Leeches will be shipped in special packaging, but the weather and shipping time are crucial for survival of leeches. If you purchase from our website, orders over $100 comes with free shipping, USPS priority mail with 2-3 days delivery. But sometimes USPS delay deliveries, and especially around holidays. Priority mail works well for shipping in spring and fall seasons, but in winter and summer, I advise you to choose Priority Express Mail next day delivery at the time of your checkout. And I know shipping is a little more expensive. It's probably around $30-$40, but with this delivery method, Leech has better chance to survive. Keep in mind, leeches are very unhappy with weather over 75 degrees Fahrenheit and below somewhere, I would say 40, 35. Bottom line, your leech has better chance to survive with Priority Express. One more advice: schedule your time around the arrival of your package. Not a good idea to designate to your relatives or friends to deal with unpacking in case if you're out of town or vacation. And don't let your delivery stay on a door or in a mailbox for a long time, for reasons like weather or if you have animals around. Upon arrival, your main task is to place a leech in water as soon as possible. For this, you will need to prepare a few items. Use medical gloves to avoid attachment. It might be tricky to handle them in the beginning. Leeches are very fast swimmers and crawlers. You will get better with the time. You need container or jar. You can use basically any mason jar with a wide opening. Just make sure it's free of smells or spices and chemicals. Leeches are very smell sensitive. Also prepare small detergent-free smell washcloth and rubber band. With washcloth, you will cover your jar because leeches need air. Don't use cheesecloth or any similar loose fiber material. Leeches are good escape magicians. They will wiggle between fibers and you will find your leeches dry on the floor in the morning. Washcloth is fluffy and your leech will have a hard time to find those loose fibers to squeeze itself out. And I never had any issues with that. You can use other materials like plastic liners that we use in the kitchen with holes, but consider the size of the leeches and size of the holes. It will not work for the small size leeches. You also need a bottle spring water. Don't use a distilled water, it will kill your leeches. I will not make a comment on the tap water and water filters simply because there are many type of water filters and the quality of water is different for different counties and cities. It is safe to use a regular spring bottled water and it's cheap. And later you can experiment with a filtered tap water if you wish, but for first timer, just use a regular bottled water. Fill your container Fill your container or jar halfway with water. Leeches like to crawl and like to spend some time in the air, like in a picture. It is normal behavior. Optional items. You also might want to add rocks on the bottom of your jar. Leeches shading and basically they're shading the upper layer of the skin, and rough rocks can help in this process. Before you place rocks in the jar, you don't know, you don't know exactly what might be on these rocks, so I advise you to wash them well and boil for a few minutes to make sure no bacteria, fungus, and maybe other pathogens are on the rocks. And of course, cool rocks before placing them in your leech container. If you don't like to touch leeches, as I said, like the for beginners, it's a little bit awkward. So you can purchase forceps. It's a very handy tool to handle leeches. It will help you to remove them from containers at the time when you're changing the water or during feeding. Just remember, forceps cannot be sharp. Forceps and other helpful tools you can find in our website under supply. This is a short demonstration, and give me 1 second. This is going to be a short demonstration of how to remove them from shipping container. They can come in a plastic container, water bottles, or muslin bag. And here I'm using my forceps. I work with leeches for many years. I'm really good in handling them. And as you can see, I try to work really fast with them because you can see they're very fast crawlers. If you just not paying attention just for 1 second, they're going to be all out. And you have to work really fast. These are just fillers. Those are wet cotton balls to keep the moisture while the leech traveling. And you can see they're very fast in the water, and they're also very fast crawlers. Go through cotton balls, make sure there's nobody stuck around. And surely enough, I found a few more guys. Don't squeeze forceps hard, just enough to grab the body close to suction cup. Don't try to pull each 90 degrees, rather slide it. And here I'm showing that I did put some rocks on the bottom. Those are just regular rocks, probably from the garden. There, while you're doing this, leeches can easily attach, and I just want to show you how to use it from the glove. I got my forceps again and trying to pull them from the close to suction cup. Cover with washcloth and rubber band. Make sure your cover is tight like a drum. Don't leave creases in the fabric. Leech can crawl inside and won't find a way back, and it will get dry. Store your container away from direct sunlight. Make sure your children and animals can't reach it if you have a dog's cats. Keep away from heaters. Place in a room with AC on the hot days. And if you purchase mini leeches for research purpose, you might want to store them in refrigerator or in chiller. Temperature should be adjusted, I would say from 45 degrees Fahrenheit and higher. Leeches will hibernate and can stay in the refrigerator for 3-4 months. And they're easy to wake up, but and they're easy to wake up and be active and be ready for use after staying for 10-20 minutes in a room temperature. But keeping them in the refrigerator doesn't free you from the responsibility of changing water. Water has to be changed once a week. Also keep in mind that refrigerators have smells. And I hope you'll find this video helpful. Check our next video, how to change water. Enjoy your new pets.